Jet2holidays virtual knowledge session. I'm Bryony and I've got Michelle on my technical support this morning.
Morning, everybody.
Belting away over there in Essex, aren't you, Michelle?
I am indeed.
But we're not going to complain about it, are we?
We're not.
Typical people. And of course, as you can see on screen, we've got the lovely Joanna with us as well, joining us from Visit Lisbon. So welcome, Joanna.
Hi.
And I'm sure it's suitably hot over there with you as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But you're fortunate enough to have air conditioning, whereas we don't. So before we learn more about this beautiful new destination for Jet2holidays, we just want to give you a few little reminders from our side. So firstly, you will be aware that we are receiving an extremely high call volume right now. So we do kindly ask that where possible, you only contact us for bookings that are traveling within the next 21 days. This allows us to be able to prioritize those bookings that are obviously traveling sooner. We also ask that you use self-serve using the job form and manage my booking where possible. So just a few little reminders of what you can do on manage my booking. Michelle, can you name one for me?
I think you can request some documents, is that right?
You can indeed. So yeah, you can request some documents and you can of course download your customers' documents. So if you do need to do that, you can bob on to manage my booking and get them. Of course, we can check your customers in online, the very exciting part, check them in, ready to go for their holidays. You can add on those all important holiday essentials if you didn't do that at the time of booking. If you do forget to add on those promotional codes that we've got running at the moment, we do give you a 24-hour window that you can bob back on and add this to the booking as well. So great little tool to be able to do if you do forget. If you've made any spelling mistakes, hopefully not, but just in case you do, we allow you to change up to 3 letters on the Manage My Booking site as well. So any little mistakes that you make, you can change on there. If you do need to do a passenger title change, you can also do that there. And any date of birth change, as long as it's just 1 digit, you'll be able to do that as well. And then the last one, if your customers have got any important special requests, what would one of yours be, Michelle?
Oh, I think it would have to be a sea view, something like that.
Exactly. I'll go for a pool view, more likely. But yeah, we'll take either right now. But yeah, any special requests, if you do forget at the time of booking, of course, you can add that on as well. But if you are unable to action your query via Manage My Booking, please do also refer to our FAQs on the trade site before you call to ensure that your question can be answered that way as well. And a number of these calls we are receiving are around the travel requirements, which we have detailed on our trade site. So when you log in, you will see a red banner across the top of the trade site where we have all the entry requirements. And I know that agents that are using it, we've had amazing feedback on. It's a really useful tool, isn't it? So yeah, make sure you're taking a look at those. So now we're going to be moving on to learn all about what we are here for today, and that's to learn all about our brand new destination, Lisbon. So we're really excited here at Jet2holidays to be adding this destination to our portfolio. On the bucket list, Michelle?
Yeah, definitely on my bucket list for sure. Yeah, I've seen the presentation already, so we've had a sneak peek, haven't we, Bea?
We have, yeah, it's inspired us, hasn't it?
Definitely.
Another one on that list.
It is, indeed.
Our first flight is going to be taking off from Manchester at the start of September this year, and we're going to be operating a twice-weekly service. And then we've got Birmingham starting shortly after with a twice-weekly service also. So here we go. It's time to learn all about Lisbon. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Joanna and I'll be the one guiding you through this presentation and also through Lisbon, giving you the guidelines so you can sell it to your clients. First, why Lisbon? Lisbon is a historical city full of stories to tell, where the sun shines 290 days per year and the temperature rarely drops below 15. A city where you feel safe wandering around day or night, where the cuisine is dedicated to creating over 1,000 ways to cook the beloved bacalhau, and where you'll find hotels and restaurants to suit every taste, budget and requirements. A city full of authenticity, where old customs and ancient history intermixed with cultural entertainment and high-tech innovation. Lisbon is famous for its hospitality and the family-like way it welcomes its visitors. is the perfect city break because it combines an European capital with the beach and nature all into one, and it also offers a set of characteristics you won't find anywhere else. That's why we call it a unique capital resort. In short, the key selling points to Lisbon are a mild climate all year round, value for money and time, as it is placed among the European major cities with most competitive accommodation rates and quality, friendly, known as a 10th century old tolerant city by tradition, gastronomy, winery and nightlife, World Heritage Sites, history and culture, surf, we have a World Surf Reserve and one of the best surf spots in Europe, Atlantic beaches with kilometers of golden sand. Here we see a map of Lisbon highlighting the areas of greatest tourist interest. We will see the features of all these areas right away and one by one. Lisboa Oriente, the east side of Lisbon, is notable for its large area of contemporary architecture, such as Portugal Pavilion and the Orient Station. Its many green spaces along the riverbank, the cable car, Museum of Knowledge, and the Oceanario, which has already welcomed millions of visitors and it's now one of the best in the world, makes these neighborhoods ideal for family outings. In addition to countless shoppings and dining options, there are two more leisure venues, the Altice Arena for international shows and the Casino de Lisboa. Lisboa Centro, the historical center, Baixa de Pomalina, with its traditional shops and museums, is a must for anyone visiting Lisbon. Besides containing countless tourist attractions, it also features a vast number of cultural and food spots that are very popular among the locals. Take your time to discover these streets and corners and all of their charms. Belém Ajuda is a symbol of history and the voyages of discovery. It is from here that the great adventurers to set sail to discover the world in their fragile caravels started. The UNESCO World Heritage Sites as Jerónimos Monastery and Belém Tower monuments in Melbourne style enhance the atmosphere with their stunning architecture. On a more contemporary note, we have Centro Cultural Belém, renowned for its exhibition and cultural initiatives. Before visiting the Coach Museum with the quite unique exhibition, don't forget to taste the Pastel Belém or Pastel Nata, one of the great delicacies of Lisbon and internationally renowned. To the south of Lisbon and running down to Cabo Seixal is a Rábida, a place where nature and sea blend and blur. Shades of green and blue dominate, producing the unique landscape between beaches and the Rábida Mountains. Lisbon's most popular beaches are the 15 kilometers of Costa da Caparica. Here, all the beaches share the fact of having excellent bars and restaurants. This area is also known, or it has also a wine route, which takes the wines of Palmela, Moscatel de Setúbal. Less than 40 kilometers to the north of Lisbon lies the National Palace and the Tapada de Mafra, which is the forest that surrounds the palace, and it was once the hunting playground for the Portuguese monarchy. The nearby Ericeira, thanks to its beaches and the excellent surf appreciated by an increasing number of fans, its fishing village has been made a World Surf Reserve and the first European Surf Reserve. Ericeira has much more to offer, though particularly from the kitchens. Local cuisine is largely based on fresh fish from the daily catch. Sintra, classified by UNESCO as a cultural landscape and World Heritage Site in 1995, has inspired artists and poets throughout its long history. The cool, luxuriant and lush countryside melds harmoniously with the architectural exuberance of the mansions and palaces that cloak Sintra in mystery and romanticism. Here you'll also find Cabo da Roca, the most western point in Europe mainland, and so the nearest point between Europe and New York. Beaches, leisure opportunities, shops and lifestyle are all to be found along the line out to Cascais. Cascais, a reinvented fishing village that now is known as an elegant seaside resort and one of the best golf spots in Portugal. Relaxation is the name of the game here. The area is particularly well known for water sports, glamour, and its casino. In between Lisbon and Cascais are the most family-oriented beaches of this area, and at about 6 kilometers from the center is the amazing Guiche, a hotspot for windsurfers and kitesurfers. The Tagus is the longest river in the Iberian Peninsula. It starts in Spain and runs 1,000 kilometers until it reaches the Atlantic, in Lisbon. The Tagus estuary is the largest wetland on Western Europe, with an area of 32 kilometers square. Various migratory birds rest here on their long flights, and some species make these areas, which alter from the tides, into their home all year round. Flamingos arrive in thousands during autumn, in an unique, beautiful and visually poetic spectacle. Now we would like to present you Lisboa Cards, a card that was created to offer visitors of Lisbon an easy and adventurous access to several attractions, as it has a free entrance to 37 museums, discounts in many others, and also discounts in member stores for a wide range of genuinely Portuguese articles. Here you have the top 10 attractions you can visit with Lisboa Card. They are, all of them are, you can visit them for free with this card. In the next page, you have all the other free also museums and monuments and the ones that have discounts. Here you can see attractions and tours and their discount price. This card also gives free access to transports as the buses, subway, trains, and the Aerobus with the 25% discount. It can be bought at any Ask Me Lisboa, our tourism kiosks, online at the link which that is on the screen, and directly with us through this email. It has three options: 24, 48, and 72 hours, starting exactly from the first use. Now we would like to show you some of Lisbon's attractions. Arch of Rua Augusta has always impressed those who strolled on the busiest pedestrian street in Lisbon. But nowadays you can visit the top of this unique monument and have a truly unique and impressive 360 view of Baixa de Lisboa and the Tagus River. Get to know the history of this arch that symbolizes the strength of Lisbon after the earthquake of 1755 in the exhibition at Sala do Relógio, and feel yourself a conqueror of Lisbon. The various events that make up Lisbon and some of its protagonists are now presented at Lisboa Story Center, where all who visit the Portuguese capital are invited to make a trip back in time and discover the memories of Lisbon since its foundation until the present day. In a playful and interactive way, respecting the historical accuracy that city with Lisboa's past deserves, this interpretation center takes visitors on a journey through space and time with an audio guide system presenting historically accurate events and dramatic scenes of the city's different eras. The Sulswers station, built in 1929, recovers its function and original layout, becoming the heart of the river cruises in Lisbon. From Sulswers station, 23 traditional boats like cataios, varinhos or muletas take you along the Tejo for an unique journey. Two cafes serve their guests with the best Lisboa flavors, overlooking the Tejo story on an unique ambience. Centro Tejo is a multimedia presentation for interpretation, appreciation, and environmental awareness of the river, where you can discover different views of Lisboa and know more about the Tejo. A tourist office and a Lisboa shop are also available, where visitors can get all the information they need and buy different souvenirs. Lisbon has also a recent attraction that tells one of the most epic stories of Portugal, the discovery of Newfoundland and the adventures on the icy seas when fishing for cod. The Codfish Story Center invites the visitors to watch the beginning of the Odyssey of those who launched themselves in the seas at the end of the world to feel the dangers and emotions on board of a dory, discovering the routines of fishermen or learn about the future of cod, its consumption, sustainable fishing, and new ways of cooking through several rooms that offers a set of interactive experiences. Located in Alcântara, this interactive center allows all the visitors to have a unique experience of the bridge, through a tour that takes in the exterior areas of the key pillar and sensory experience of visiting its interior. This is a trip through the history of its construction, bringing you up to a panoramic viewpoint that provides an unrevealed side of the city and the river. The Sintra Myths and Legends Interpretive Center invites you on a journey into mysticism, secrets, and romanticism of the town by means of history, music, and literature. Through set pieces, multimedia techniques, and sensory experiences, reality and fiction intersect at each of the 17 points along the route. The News Museum invokes and explains the media coverage of episodes of recent history, and it allows the visitors to interact with radio and TV. It pays tribute to the journalists immortalized by their work. It presents the main protagonism of the industry. It projects the evolution of the war, contextualizes the media combats that mark this, looks at the bad news of our time, and unreveals the propaganda and the public relation industry. Here we have some pictures of the activities you can do in Lisbon, and a brief explanation or a brief presentation of our gastronomy and wine. Lisbon presents an exceptional gastronomy and wine production. At the fishing ports of Ericeira, Cascais, Sesimbra or Setúbal arrives one that is the most relevant product in the local gastronomy, the fish, alongside with the seafood. Here, its extraordinary variety, beets, mullets, sea bass, swordfish, sardines, clams, hedgehogs, cockles, etc., and which is the basis of some of the best dishes, whether in stews, soups, grilled, or simply cooked. Everything to justify the best fish in the world. But the gastronomy also implies a multiplicity of sweets, whether they are conventional or traditional. As for an example, the nozes de Cascais and the pastéis de Belém, or the fofos de Belas, travesseiros de Sintra, among others. Also, azeitão tarts and sheep's cheese are a temptation that cannot be forgotten. In terms of winemaking, Lisboa, with its unique agroclimatic characteristics, presents a unique range of wines, whether from sandy soil, such as resistant colares, to the liquors of Carcavelos or Setúbal, the Muscatel de Setúbal, passing through the reds of azeitão, palmela, and the Bucela whites, without forgetting that there is a vineyard to be produced in the center of the city. Lisbon is also known by the traditional ginginha, a liquor made from sour cherry and taken as an aperitif, digestive, or even without a particular motivation behind taste and discover new flavors. With or without them, the sour cherries, depending on the taste, in a traditional bar, in the historical center, or in a contemporary kiosk. At last, we would like to thank you all for your attention, and if you need any more information, just contact us.
Well, thank you so much, Joanna. That was really, really good. I definitely won't need any motivation to try any of that food or wine. It looked absolutely fantastic. What do you think, Bea?
Absolutely, it looks a beautiful city. It already was on the list, but it's on there doubly time.
Okay, so we've got time for a few questions. So we've had a few already sent through, so let's just go through those with you, Joanna, if that's okay. So first question is, what is your most popular tourist attraction in Lisbon?
I think the top 10, I've presented, it's kind of accurate. So, but I'd say the ones in the city center or Jet2holidays.
Yeah, you got a lot to choose
the most
from.
Visits.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and which is the best area to stay to be close to the majority of those tourist attractions, the most popular ones?
Closest to the most popular ones, I'd say at the city center, but it depends on what you're looking for, because if you're looking for beaches, there's plenty of facilities over there also.
Okay, great. And before we've got a question about COVID testing, but I'm just going to ask you about this one because I'm particularly interested in this one myself. So what food tours and walk-in tours are available in Lisbon?
We have lots of companies doing specifically food tours, and I could send you to provide to the people who are watching a list of places who does that.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, we could sort that out definitely at the end.
Great way to see the city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Food and wine.
Yeah, I've done a few foodie tours when I've been to cities before, and it's a great way to get around, see the city and taste the local cuisine. So yeah, that'd be great, Joanna. Thank you.
I'll send it then.
And then there's a question about COVID-19 testing. So are there local testing facilities for the COVID-19 test to return back to the UK?
Now we are doing the antigen test in pharmacies, so most of them do the tests. Also, and if you need a PCR, you should go to a laboratory. There's plenty of them in Lisbon.
And do any of the hotels in Lisbon offer any testing as well?
There are already a few hotels that are doing the tests over there, or with a medical team, and that way you don't need to move or look for.
Oh, that's great. That sounds brilliant. Right, I'll just have a look and check if there's any more questions that have come in the chat box. Have you seen any, Bea? I don't think there are there?
Pip has just said that we've made her hungry, so.
But not for hedgehogs.
No.
It is a sea Ulrichs, is it?